Hey everybody, welcome to The Warp. I'm Jack Reedy with Future Pastimes, and it's time for the Cosmic Encounter Alien of the Month for November 2023. And that alien is Maven. Maven from Cosmic Eons. It's a red alert alien, but it's actually pretty easy to understand, so it's not a complex alien. But the reason it's red alert, as you will see as we get into what it does, is because of the implications and the ramifications of its power. And it's not for the weak of heart or the new to Cosmic Encounter. So let's take a look at Maven and what it does. You have the power to be right. If you are not a main player or ally, so not involved in the encounter, after encounter cards are played, but before they are revealed, you may use this power to take all face-down cards played during the planning phase and stack them on this sheet without looking at them. Then proceed to the reveal phase and discard an attack or negotiate from your hand to declare the outcome of the encounter. Discard an even-numbered attack card to declare that the offense wins. Discard an odd-numbered attack card to declare that the defense wins, or discard a negotiate card to declare that the main players will try to make a deal. You may not use this power if you do not have an attack or negotiate card to discard. And then cards that you stack on this sheet are kept face down until the appropriate deck is reshuffled, at which point they are reshuffled with that deck. So that's all there is to it. You are taking a card from your hand and you're saying, okay, here's who wins. Or you have to make a deal. That's a big deal. This is an amazing power, very unique, very interesting. It was part of the Cosmic Eons, let's see if we can break the game approach to many of the aliens in that expansion from Bill Eberly and Peter Alaka. But there were some things about it that didn't quite work. And the big issue that we raised, and we being myself, Bill Martinson, Jefferson Crow, we were brought in to help get this across the goal line. The issue that we raised was that it was really going to prolong the game because in the original version of it, you just discarded an attack card and it didn't matter what type it was, and then you could just say the offense wins or the defense wins. So it was just going to be way too easy for Maven to sit out. Somebody's going for the win, going solo or a couple of allies, whatever, and Maven could just be like, no, they're not going to win. So we wanted to find a way to curtail that a little bit, to temper it, as I like to say. And Bill Martinson is the one who came up with the idea of tying it to odds and evens in the attack cards. And there are more even-numbered attack cards than there are odd. So we felt like if we're trying to not prolong the game, let's put the odd attack card qualifier on whether or not the defense can win. So they need to have an odd-numbered attack card to be a meddling kid in that situation. Otherwise, they can just declare that the offense wins. And so it's a really interesting and unusual alien, especially because they do have to be a bystander. They can't just be like, yeah, I'm on the defense and I'm going to declare that the defense wins and now I get rewards, or vice versa. I'm just going to get a colony as the offense or an offensive ally. So you do have to weigh what you can get out of it. But the thing that, again, that I like to do with Maven is to get into deal making. Now, it's going to be future promises here because you can't really work this effect into a current deal. But I can do things like, all right, look, let's make a deal here. And while I'm a main player, you give me a colony, maybe you give me some cards. And what I will do is, your turn is coming up. I will sit out and I'll just help you to win. I'll discard one of these low, even-numbered attack cards from my hand, and you'll just win. You can win both of your encounters. So that is very alluring, especially when somebody does not have a particularly good hand themselves. They are usually more likely to want to make that deal. Or if they're facing somebody else in the encounter. And so, again, these are not binding deals, but again, it's a social game, Cosmic Encounter, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. And then there's the meta game. So as Maven, of course, I could renege on that deal, and I could say, you know what, I just can't go through with it, and I'm sorry, situation has changed, whatever. And I might do that as Maven. It just depends on what's going on. Like if they've done some effect, like played the Parasite Flare, now they've gotten up to 3 or 4 foreign colonies, and I told them I'd give them 2 on their turn, and that just means that they're going to win the game. And I say, I got to back out of that. So that can't work that way. I'll do what I can for you. But by and large, if I'm playing Maven, I will honor those deals, and I will make those deals early and often, and much to the chagrin of many of the other players at the table. But that's the thing. So you don't normally get anything out of this, although you can control the progress a certain player's made. You can help somebody to catch up so that they're more likely to invite you later on, or it can change the situation, or you can stop somebody who is pulling way ahead because they're in a very good position. Maybe they got a bunch of reward cards, or they've got a lot of lucks, or just things have been going their way. And if you're lucky enough to have an odd numbered attack card, you can slow their roll so that everyone else has a chance. And by everyone else, really, Maven has a chance to catch up and position themselves to the win. So that's what I like about that. It helps to control the chaos that sometimes can happen in a game of Cosmic Encounter. And again, any type of advantage that your alien power gives you is really meant to, at least at some point, get you into the position where you can win this game, whether it's by yourself or with other players. And I've always been a fan of the joint win. I say shared win is better than a shared loss. Of course, if I can go for the solo win, I definitely will. And a lot of times everyone assumes that I'm just going to do that early on, and they just stomp me down. So I need somebody like Maven to help me get back into the game. So that's why it is the Alien of the Month for November, so that anyone who plays Cosmic Encounter with me in the future, if they end up being Maven, they know that this power of making deals with me is something that I'm all into. So that's how that's going to work. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of Maven? You got to see it in action. It's one of these things, first time people read through this, they're like, this is terrible, or it's broken, or it's just going to make the game longer, or whatever. I don't agree with any of those statements, obviously. I think that the additional elements that Bill Martinson added to this while we were trying to help make Cosmic Eons a reality was just what it needed. And I think it's the perfect balance of, it's a very powerful effect. It can be very invasive, but it's an alien with a heart of gold. So there's my thoughts. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you again soon.